system there is a main planet is Sun, and then there are many other planets and stars. So now today we will learn about them in depth. Paheli and Uzo visited their grandparents' village during summer break. So after dinner, they went on the roof of the house. It was a clean, cloudless night. They were surprised to see a large number of bright stars in the sky. They had never seen such a beautiful scene in their city. So student, Paheli and Buzo visited their grandparents' village and they surprised to see stars in the sky. And they had never seen such a type of beautiful scene in your city. Paheli wondered why this village sky was so different from the night sky in the big cities. Her grandfather explained that due to bright light, smoke and dust, sky in big cities is rarely clear. Night sky watching can be a fascinating experience. At a place where there are no bright lights and the atmosphere is clear. So student, in our cities there is a bright light, smokes, and due to some reason we cannot able to see a star in night. But in a village there is a clean atmosphere. So that's why we will see a bright light of star in the sky. Look at the sky on a dark clear night. You see the entire sky dotted with countless stars, some bright and some not so bright. So observe them carefully. Do all of them appear to twinkle? Do you find any star-like object which does not twinkle? The object which do not twinkle are planets. So students, sometimes we see that in the sky some stars are not twinkle, and these are planets. The moon is the biggest object in the night sky. The stars, the planets, the moon and many other objects in the sky are called celestial objects. So this type of object is called a celestial objects. Now next, here next topic is about moon. The moon. So for that activity 17.1, observe the moon continuously for several nights, preferably from one full moon to the next. Make a sketch of the moon every night in your notebook and note from the day of the full moon. Also note every day the part of the sky in the which the moon is seen. So student, continuously observe sky for 9 to 10 days and try to make a sketch of moon. And on every day you will find a different sketch. It means it's a decreasing or it's a increasing in order. Now next, is there a change in the shape of the moon every day? Are there days when the shape of the moon appears to be perfectly round? Are there days when the moon cannot be seen at all even if the sky is clear? So student, every day we will find a difference in shape of moon. Now the day on which the whole disk of the moon is visible is known as the full moon day. So at a 15th day, we observe that moon is in round shape and it's called a full moon day. Thereafter, every night, the size of the bright part of the moon appears to become thinner and thinner. So after a full moon day, on the 15th day of the moon is not visible. So this day is known as the new moon day, and the next 15th day is called a new moon day. The next day only a small portion and this is known as the crescent moon. Then again the moon grows largely every day. On the 15th day, once again we get a full view of the moon. So the various shape of the bright part of the moon as seen during a month are called phase of the moon. So this process is continuously for a 15 days after next 15 days. So it called a phase of the moon. Now next, let us try to understand why phases of the moon occur. You have studied in chapter 16 that the moon does not produce its own light, whereas the sun and the other stars do. We know that sun has their own light and all the stars has their own light, but moon have not its own light. We see that moon because the sunlight falling on it gets reflected toward us. So we therefore see only the part of the moon from which the light of the sun is reflected toward us. So now through our next activity, we will try to find out the phase of moon. For that, take a big ball or a pitcher, paint half of it white and half of black in color. Go out into the playground with your friend. Draw a circle of radius about 2 meters on the ground and divide the circle into 8 equal parts as shown in the figure. So, show a figure and divide it in 8 parts. Stand at the center of the circle. Ask a friend to hold the ball at the different point of the circle. Next, ask her to keep the white portion of the ball always toward the sun. If you are performing this activity in the morning, then the white portion of the ball should be kept toward the east. If the activity is being performed in the afternoon, then the white portion of the ball should be kept toward the west. So students, remember that if you perform this activity in morning, then keep a white portion of ball toward east, and if it will be in the evening, then keep a white portion toward the west. Now next, in case each case the line dividing the white and black portion is kept vertical, and in both the cases keep the vertical line which indicate a border of white and black color. Keep vertical. Standing at the center of the circle, observe a visible white portion of the ball while your friends stand at the point on the circle marked earlier. Now next, draw a shape of the white portion as you see it. Now another, compare your drawing with the different shape of moon as shown in figure. So student, here you can see them. Perform this activity in this space and compare your face, your figure of moon to this portion. So, can you now guess the relative position of the sun, moon and the earth on a day of the full moon and on the day of the new moon? So now sketch this portion in your notebook. In which part of the sky would you look for the full moon? So student, try to draw all 15-day sketch in your notebook, and then next new moon day. The size of the illuminated part of the moon visible from the earth increases every day after the new moon day, and after the full moon day, the sunlight part of the moon visible from the earth decreases in the size every day. So now student, you all are knowing about the phases of moon and how they change their phase. Now next activity, draw a circle about 1 meter diameter on the ground. Ask one of your friends to stand at the center of the circle. You revolve around your friends in such a manner that your face always remain toward him. So can your friends see your back? How many rotations did you complete in one revolution? The moon revolved around the earth in a similar manner. So students perform this activity to know about revolution of moon to our earth. The moon completes one revolution on its axis as it completes one revolution around the earth. Now the next portion is about the surface of moon. So student, here in this picture you can see that the surface of moon. The moon is fascinating object for poet and storytellers. But when astronauts landed on the moon, they found that the moon surface is dusty and barren. There are many craters of the different size. It also has a large number of steep and high mountains. Some of these are as high as the highest mountain on the earth. And student, here you can see that at some places there are mountains and at some places there are craters. Now next, the moon has no atmosphere, it has no water, and can any life exist on the moon? So we know that moon has no any atmosphere and no any water. So how can it possible to live any living organism on the moon surface? Now next is about first person who can reach in the surface of moon. So on July 21, 1969, Indian time, the American astronaut Neil Armstrong landed on the moon for the first time, followed by the Edwin Aldrin. So he is the first person to walk on the moon, and the name was Neil Armstrong. Now next is about the stars. What other object do you see in the night sky? There is a large number of stars in the sky. Observe carefully on a dark night and from a place away from a big city. So are all the stars equally bright? Are they of the same color? In fact, stars emit light of their own. The sun is also a star. Why does it appear so large compared to the other star? So student, we know that in the sky we see a large number of stars, and in which some is twinkled and some is not so bright. So we know that our sun is also a star, and the sun has a very bright light. So also it appears so large compared to the other star. Which appears bigger, a football placed near you or a football placed at a distance of 100 meters? So student, you say that a football placed near you, it's appear too large. The stars are millions of times further away than the sun. Therefore, the star appear to us like points. And the distance from star to another star is in millions. So, we can see just a point on a sky. Now, in fact, the stars are present in the sky during the daytime also. But because of sunlight, we cannot see a star during a daytime in the sky. However, they are not visible because of the bright sunlight. Observe some prominent star or a group of stars in the sky for about 2 hours or more. What do you find? Do you find any change in the position of the star in the sky? So students, sometimes we can see a group of stars in the sky. And if we observe it 2 to 3 hours, so we can see that they can change their position. You will find that the star appear to move from east to west. The star which rises in the east in evening sets in the west in the early morning. And why do stars appear to move from east to west? So let us find out. and for that student we will learn through an activity. So next is activity 17.4. Stand in the center of a big room and start rotating. In which direction will the object in the room appear to move? So whenever student we rotate in a room, so at that time we can see that all the things of room are moving in opposite side. So do you see them moving in the direction opposite to your motion? Paheli recall that when she is in a moving train, the nearby trees and buildings appear to move in the backward direction. So student, this incident is many times done with us, because whenever we go in a train or through our vehicles, so sometimes we can see that trees and other vehicles are go backward. So if the star appear to move from east to west, could it mean that the earth rotates from west to east? Thank you.